In a bid to increase access to decent employment and economic opportunities for refugees and host communities in the West Nile region, 2,034 youths have benefited from skills training from 6 institutions and community-based centers from the districts of Madiokolo, Terego, Obongi, and Moyo under the 4-year project dubbed Security Protection and Economic Empowerment Program funded by the European Union and implemented by a consortium of partners such as SNV Uganda, World Vision, and Rural Initiative for Community Empowerment Rice West Nile. This was revealed during the Youth Internship and Linkage Engagement, where milestones, lessons, challenges, and success stories of the Supreme Project were shared by the stakeholders such as the district local government leaders of Terego, Madiokolo, Obongi, and Moyo, together with the project beneficiaries, representatives from the consortium, as the project seeks to close on the 27th of April 2024. The SNV country director, Fomolo Mafonza, stated that 64% of the trained youths have received employment through the youth skilling and has therefore urged more organizations to support youth interventions.
On youth skilling and employment, I am actually happy to say we've managed to exceed our target of ensuring that over 2,000 youths have been employed, have been skilled, and have managed to be employed, either through self-employment or wage employment. Our percentages are actually showing that 2,034 youths have completed training at the 6 institutions and also community-based centers. At this moment, I also want to thank very much the different institutions that have been instrumental in actually helping our youths to get the training. 69.5% of our trained youths are employed by private sector, and then 92% are actually employed by private sector, and 7.7% are self-employed. To me, again, that's excellent, I would say, results. We find that out of all the 2,000 youths that have been trained and skilled, 92% of them have been employed, and then 7.7% are self-employed. Youth employment still remains high in Uganda, with over 700,000 youths entering the job market each day. So, yes, we have an approach that works. Yes, we have youth who are already employed, but then in terms of scaling, we would like to see more and more organizations supporting youth intervention. And at this point, I also want to acknowledge the EU, which is the funder of this particular project. Without the EU funding, we would not have managed to do the work that we've done, which we're talking about today. And I also would like to aid other development partners to do like the EU, where they invest in youth employment, youth skilling, in line with the government priorities.
Jenna Toma, the Deputy Refugee Desk Officer of the Office of the Prime Minister, Arua, thanked SNV Uganda for engaging the private sector through linkage of youths to employment opportunities to encourage self-reliance.
If you look at our population of 1.6 million, majority are the youth. And in the West Nile region, the majority are still the youth. And if you look at these 2,000 that SNV targeted, if I could use the word, it's like a drop in the ocean. But nevertheless, we say it has taken us a step ahead. This is the time where we engage in the private sector. And you see SNV is doing the right one of engaging the private sector. From the presentations, I know that you achieved success. Target was 2,000, but more has been achieved. We applaud you for that. And you have been linking this youth to the private sector, especially for employment or self-employment, and we appreciate that. With the current strategy, I think that is the way to go to ensure that refugees become self-reliant. How do they become self-reliant? And skilling is one of them. Working with the private sector and development actors.
Toko Shwaib, the resident district commissioner Madio Kolo district, thanked the consortium partners for supporting youth interventions through skill training.
The districts today are complaining about high dropout rates. The numbers in the schools, we are talking about regions, we are talking about high dropout from primary, secondary, even up to tertiary level. They are dropping. And where do they end up? They end up in society. These are our children. Now it is a challenge for us as local governments. So when we have such interventions, skilling the youth, giving them the relevant skill that they need for survival. I have personally visited some of the areas where they are being trained, and these youth have shown high level of expertise in the area that they are being trained. I visited a group that particularly is involved in mechanics, in some garages, and they have really shown commitment, they have shown the highest level of commitment, and they are there to learn. And in many of the areas where they are, we are seeing their results. So I want to thank SMB and all partners involved in this skilling of the youth, that what you have done is the best this country needs to do.
The Supreme Program aimed to directly benefit 25,000 members of the refugees and host communities through increased access to decent employment and economic opportunities in the West Nile region. Okumaringa Christine, for West Nile Television, Nilecast.